Hey kids, it's Bo coming at ya with lesson 2 from chapter 11. Today we are doing median and mode. Median of a list of values is the value that appears at the very center, and you'll find in a couple of our examples that the median isn't even an original data number, so you'll see what that looks like here in a bit. The mode is the number in a data set that occurs the most often. All right, let's jump into example 1 here. The table shows the number of monkeys at 11 different zoos. Find the median and mode of the data. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write all of the numbers in this data set. So 28 monkeys in this zoo, 25, 34. Okay, I'm listing all of the number of monkeys in the data set. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of these numbers in order from least to greatest. That is going to help us find our median, and you're going to notice right away that it's also going to help you find your mode. Okay, by definition, the mode is the number that happens the most. So when you put these numbers in order from least to greatest and you see duplicates in your data, or even triplicates or even more, that shows you immediately the mode. Okay, so I have listed all of my data points in order, and I have made sure I count them on top and make sure that I have the same number on the bottom, make sure I'm not missing anything. So to find median, what I do is I start and I work from left to right and I cross off the numbers. So I'm going to start here on 12. I'm going to cross off the 12. And then I'm just going to work my way left to right. 12, 44, 16, 42. And I'm just going to keep doing that until I come to the number in the middle. And you can see the number in the middle is 28. And so in this set of data, my median is 28. So how many of you were able to identify the mode? The mode is the number that happens the most, and you can see here that 18 occurred twice in this set of data. So our mode is 18. Okay, example 2 says Dina recorded her scores on 7 tests in the table. Find the median and the mode of the data. So again, I'm going to list out my data. I'm going to list out these scores just so I can it wraps my head around a little better when I actually write the scores down myself. The next step that I'm going to take is I'm going to put those in order again from least to greatest. So I'm going to write all of my data points in order from least to greatest. Okay, so right away I can see a data point that is listed more than the other time. So 93, it's listed twice. That means Dina got a 93 on 2 tests. And guys, that's our mode. That's as easy as mode is. It's just which number is listed more than all the others. Okay, so now we're going to figure out how to get our median. Again, I'm just going to start left to right, left to right, left to right, and then you can see our number in the middle is 93. So our mode was 93, and our median is also 93. All right, let's take a look at this got it problem. The list shows the number of stories in the 11 tallest buildings in Springfield. So again, here I go, gonna list all my data points out, and then guess what I'm gonna do? That's right, I'm gonna list them in order from least to greatest. Through the magic of video editing, I could do that pretty quickly for you. So hopefully by now, you are able to identify the mode really easily. You can see which number is duplicated. That's 40. Sometimes you'll see a mode that's listed, you'll see a number that's listed 3 times or 4 times. That is, as long as it's listed the most, that is your mode. So let's work on our median. Again, gonna go from left to right, crossing off these data points until I find the one that's in the middle. And 30 is our median in this set of data. Okay, I'm skipping ahead to the got it problems on page 819. Letter B says find the median and mode of the costs in the table. So here we have listed some backpack dollar amounts. We're going to list those out, and guess what we're going to do? That's right, we're going to put them in order. I don't know if you've noticed, but none of these data sets are duplicated. None of them are repeated. So in this actual example, there is no mode. That just means that none of these data points were listed more than once, and that's okay. It's okay to not have a mode. I'm going to keep working left to right until I find the numbers in the middle. And as you can see, there's an even number of data points in this particular example, which means there are 2 numbers in the middle. So what I do when I find that, when I get that kind of situation, is I add those numbers up and I divide them by 2. And what that does is it's going to get me the number that's exactly in the middle of those 2 numbers. So what's important to note here is that when I find that number, you're going to notice that the median is not actually from the original set of data. So I've added 2679 and 2854, and I've gotten 55 and 33 hundredths, which is actually, I think, a dollar amount. So I'm going to divide that in half now, and I'm going to get 2766. And there's actually going to be a remainder here. So I'm just going to kind of approximate this and say it's about $27.66. Okay, I'm going to skip to number 1 in the guided practice. We are to find and compare the median and mode for this set of data. So this is money that someone has spent every month. And so I'm gonna, again, list these dollar amounts out so I can wrap my head around them and then put them in order from least to greatest. I can see that mode right away, and I hope you guys can too. The data point that has been repeated more than once is 62. Our mode is 62. To start finding my median, I start on the left, cross them off from left to right until I find numbers in the middle. As you can see, there is an even number of data points here, so I'm going to add those 2 in the middle and divide by 2 to find the number that's exactly in the middle of 50 and 56. So 106 divided by 2 is going to be 53, and that number is exactly in between 50 and 56, and that is our median. This example also asks us to compare the mean or the average to the median in the mode. So if you remember from lesson 1, to find the average, to find the mean, the different words for the same thing, we got to add up all our data points and then divide by the number of data points we have. So when I add up all those data points, I get 415. I'm going to divide 415 by 8 because I have 8 months of spending that I'm looking at. Okay, so it looks like there's a little bit of a remainder on this one, and we're talking about a dollar amount. So 7/8 of a dollar is approximately 88 cents. So I'm just going to kind of round that to the nearest penny and say that the mean, the average amount she spent a month was $51.88. So you're supposed to compare those. How does the median, mode, and mean compare to each other in this set of data? Okay, guys, that's all I got for lesson 2. Give it a shot on your own in the independent practice. Holler at me if you have questions, and we'll see you next week for lesson 3.